to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you please remain standing? I ask for a moment of silence for Trustee Huckrow, who passed away a couple of weeks ago. Thank you. Well, at this time, I'm appointing Ms. Kelly Penfield to fill the unexpired term of John Huckrow. And could Madam Clerk please swear that nice young lady in?
Yes, please. I, Kelly Penfield, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of village trustee
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of village trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.
Brian, you started that camera?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, George.
Thank you. That's your seat.
Okay.
No impact.
I probably still have mine.
You might have one at home.
I think I do.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'll open the meeting to the public. Anybody wishing to address the board may do so. Nobody wants to address the board at this time, you'll have a chance at the end of the meeting. I'm also tonight, with board approval, making the appointment to the planning board as an alternate member of Becky Reed. Need a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Roberts. Any discussion? There indeed no discussion. All those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. All right, board, we only had one bid for the aluminum poles. And do you have a copy of it?
Yep.
All right, you need a motion to approve the bid, if you want to do so.
I'll make the motion to approve the bid.
I'll second it.
Moved by trustee Baker, seconded by trustee Jefferson. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. For the public's information, because we didn't have, we canceled that meeting, the bid was, I think, what, $12.50?
Something.
1501, was it?
Oh, I got it, yeah, 1507.
1507.
From whom? Joe Trevor.
Thank you. Joe Treadwell, right,
Gaines Marina.
Gaines Marina. Minutes of the previous meeting of June 20th. Now, we had, that was a regular board meeting, but we did not have it other than a few minutes to approve the bills and stuff.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of the previous meeting of June 20th.
Second.
Motion made by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Baker. Is there any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, you have a copy of the bills. They were, everybody's got a copy, so. There's no question. Arsen, do we have any additions or deletions?
No, we do not.
Oh, thank you.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills tonight.
Second.
Moved by trustee Jefferson, seconded by trustee Baker. Any discussion? There's no discussion. All those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Tracy, do we have any correspondence tonight?
I have none.
Okay. That is the report of the mayor and the trustees. I want to announce a special meeting, July 14th. I believe at 7 p.m. in this room right here, Halsted Hall, to discuss the code revisions. I think you all have copies about that thick. Okay? Next thing. Discussion on limbs and brush. Again. Residents are being asked not to place any limbs or branches in front of their property to be picked up by the village. The village will not be picking up limbs or branches until a fall pickup. The number of major projects that we need to complete this season, the village does not have the manpower to provide the services for our residents. If you place anything in front of your property, please remove it, or either bring it to landfill and moors, or place it in the back of your property until fall. Please be advised, grass clippings and leaves only can still be bought down to the compost facility on Lily Avenue, but absolutely no limbs or branches. We put it on the light bills, we put it on, except I think I need to get an airplane and put it up in the sky or something.
It was in the Islander today, I read it,
Yeah.
so, you know.
I don't know how much more we can do, but we just can't afford the time to do it. To pick up limbs, you gotta understand, it takes 3 people. I take 3 people off the project, we're shorter people as it is, things ain't gonna get done. So that's that. And that, I believe, is my report for today. Trustee Jefferson.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Rivers. Just want to mention John Huckrow and his service to the community over the years. He was a really good trustee. He was a very good administrator and principal of the elementary school. My kids went to school there, and they always had a lot of respect for Mr. Huckrow, and we're going to miss him on the board. So rest in peace, John. Okay, just basically want to give you an update on the supplying water to the town of Champlain. We voted on it, and we've agreed that we're gonna sell water to Champlain. And I spoke with Doug's, the boy that works for Doug, the narrow boy, I can't think of his name.
Ryan Davies.
Ryan, yeah, oh yeah, his mother's Karen Narrow, sorry. Ryan Davies, and I don't know if we actually need to write a contract and stuff like that, but we've already approved to go ahead, John, but you'll need something in writing from the village, right?
Yes, I will, because the thing is that we're not too worried about the rate. I told you what rural water allowed.
Yep.
The thing is, what we do have to have is a signed contract to present to rural water before we try to get a grant to go forward.
Yep.
So did I get with yourself, maybe in the next week or so, and get something, and then we'll bring it back in front of the board?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you look at this contract, John, from the town of Champlain?
I wrote it, so.
Oh, you wrote it, John? Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, I didn't know that. Yeah. Jeez, part-time attorney too. Okay, so we'll get together this
No, we
week.
just took the old contract and we took all the language that was, that we felt wasn't pertinent to the new contract, because the contract with the village of Champlain was actually about 6 years old. So we went through it, and the things that weren't relevant to the times here, we deleted, myself and Mickey Tatro and John South and Southwick, and we presented it to them, they signed it, they sent it over to us, and we signed it.
Okay.
So, it's,
So, just let me know when you wanna meet this week. We'll meet, finalize a few things, and we'll bring it back to the board meeting next meeting, which
yep,
should be okay.
I'll tell you what, I'm busy for the rest of the week, because I got some projects up there. The following week, I'll get with yourself, I'll get with you on Monday morning, next Monday morning, okay?
Okay.
I got several meetings this week.
Okay. And the other thing I wanna say is I thought everything went very, very good with the 4th of July.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Very impressive, this ceremony, and it was a nice parade, and it was very, kudos to all the people that worked on it, very good. That's all I have to report, Nurse.
Thank you, Trustee Jefferson. Jerry Farrell's here, and here's a young lady that deserves one heck of a lot of praise for what took place this past weekend. That girl is fearless on the phone. Putting the Patriot Flag program together and the 4th of July parade this year, everything was a force. Awesome. Jerry, no any more words than I expressed, and say thank you.
There's an awful lot of volunteers behind all of that. It's not just Jerry Favreau. It's a lot of really very hardworking people in this village.
You gotta understand, every good committee has to have a good leader. All right, Trustee Baker,
I have nothing for that.
thank you. Trustee Roberts,
I just wanted to echo what everyone else has been saying. The 4th of July was very well planned, and I thank you, Jerry. It was a pleasure. The Patriot Flag, anyone who missed it, they missed a pretty moving ceremony, and it was very well attended, and I thought the village was very well represented by the Legion, the fire department, and the community in general. It was very touching all day long, right into the evening, and from the time it went up to the time it was put away and sent away. Very nice. 4th of July, we were a little skittish about the beer tent. I thought the beer tent and the fencing of it, I talked to a couple people about it. They were pleased with the way it was set up. They had to modify it a little bit on Saturday morning because the crowd was, it was like cattle in there.
Yeah.
So they widened it a little bit on Saturday, and it seemed to work pretty good for Saturday evening. So I think we're gonna be entertaining that again next year. We'll have to see the golf course and see if they're interested. Sausage went well, the auxiliary was happy, parade was very well, thank you, Kelly. So, very good. That's my first thing. Second thing, I'd like to request an executive session to discuss personnel, please.
Second.
moved by Trustee Roberts, seconded by Trustee Jefferson. Roll call vote. Trustee Jefferson.
Aye.
Trustee Baker.
Aye.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Penfield.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye.
And the last thing I have, just a brief update on the library, the roof replacement of the library. We are waiting for our finalizing the specs. Once the specs are finalized, we will go out to bid. You want to add anything, Donna?
That's it for right now. We're just
Okay.
waiting.
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Roberts. Madam Clerk, do you have any words of wisdom for us tonight?
Trustee.
Arsen?
I just want to let the board know that we received a letter from the state controller's office saying that they will be back. George and I knew that because we had a conference call with them a couple of weeks ago, said they wanted to come and look at our capital projects and some of our public works projects. And he told us on the phone that it'd be like 6 months to a year. So we got a letter already though. Just to let you know.
Didn't take them long.
What are they doing now? Don't know yet.
No, no.
6 months to a year before they come off again, or?
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's what he told us.
Oh,
That's what he
told us on the phone, but a week later, we got a letter saying that they're gonna do it.
So, there's a little timetable in the letter, so. That's all I have.
Thank you, Arsen. Brian?
Just to let the board know that the electric department is finishing up on Church Street. Then we're scheduled to go to Pratt on the 18th of July. And you'll notice that the guys will be working on State Street on the new sidewalk. There's a section that we have to take out. I met with Mr. Diso 2 weeks ago, and he agreed to pay for everything because it was a faulty stone product that they come to a conclusion. That's why it was deteriorating. He called it a soft stone, so he's gonna flip the bill for all the repairs. So if you see him working over there saying, what are they taking out new sidewalk for, that's the reason why. I think one section is 80 feet and there's other spots here and there. So I figured by the end of this week, they should be pretty much done on State Street. Less than a week's work. 3 days, I figured, 3 or 4 days.
Just see me after the meeting.
Okay. Other than that, things are going pretty smooth.
Thank you, Brian. Open the meeting to the public this time. Anybody wish to address the board may do so.
I'd just like to thank Jerry for the great job that she did. The village was outstanding, and for once we went down in the morning, and everything was pretty well picked up, and it just was one of the better celebrations that we've had.
Yeah, it was. I was amazed the next day how clean it was. Go ahead, Jerry.
I'm here because I want to publicly thank all the amazing volunteers that work very, very hard on the Patriot flag and the 4th of July. I can't begin to name them because there's just so many of them, and we asked for new volunteers this year, and they stepped up and they did an amazing job. And I think the 4th of July went over really well. The parade, I've heard a lot of very positive comments about it. We hired a new fireworks company this year, and I made sure to watch them so I would know whether they should be hired again. I thought they were great, and I've had positive comments about them. The Patriot flag just made this weekend over and above. We've had calls from the organizers out in San Diego area telling us what a great job we did and the ceremony. And they verified that this is the only international event for that flag so far. And the people that came, the survivor and everything, I mean, it's just, people are going to talk about this for a long time. And, you know, we made history this weekend with having that flag here. Very, very special. And I want to thank the board for their support and the Department of Public Works for all that they did for us to make it successful, and the Civic Center crew. We can't do it without the cooperation of everybody. And I'm glad to hear everybody say next year.
And one added attraction this year was our 5K run that Becky Reed spearheaded, and that was quite successful, and
Yeah.
she's hoping to do it again next year and hopefully double the number of entrants. But we had a little delay on the start because we had a little fire call, but our fire police were a little busy.
Anybody else? If not, I'll take a motion for recess.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by trustee Rogers, seconded by trustee Jefferson. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Oh, you can't.
I don't know.
This one's up.